beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and I'm going to show you a day in the life get ready with me. I'm getting ready literally to spend the day out with my family, so I thought I would just show you really what I'm using. Shouldn't be a surprise because it's what I use in my more formal, more planned out videos as well. But I just think it's fun to see this real life type of, I'm literally getting ready in about 15 minutes before I go out for lunch and a baseball game with my fam. So I am wearing some sunscreen, and then I'm also wearing this It Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation that has SPF in it as well. Just for reference, I put my sunscreen on after I do my morning skincare so that it has time to kind of soak in. And, I don't wear makeup every day, but I do wear sunscreen every day. So it's part of my skincare routine and not part of my makeup routine. Anyway, I'm using this Innisfree one right now. Just in case you're curious what sunscreen I'm using, I kind of switch around. I like to try out new ones and I go through them really quickly because I wear them every day. So I am using this one right now. I'll let you know how it goes. I've only been using it for about a week, but so far so good. Now I'm doing just a teeny tiny bit of this NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. I want to do really light skin, really fresh, natural, hydrated type of skin look. I'm going to be out and about in the daytime, and I try to keep my makeup lighter, especially on my face, during the day because I can very easily accidentally slip into full glam territory. And I love that, and I think you should wear that any time of day or night that you want to. But for my own personal comfort and just for the activities that I'm doing, I wanted to do a really light, hydrated, fresh skin. That's just what's working for me right now. However, I am going to be doing a bunch of outdoor activities, so I'm going to put a little light layer of this Butter Glow powder on top just to help keep everything in place. And I'm actually going to bring this with me because I'm going to use some spray sunscreen probably later in the day. Like I said, I'm going to a baseball game, so really got to keep that sun protection up. I'm just going to use some tinted brow gel today. I'm not gonna fill in my brows. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But in general, this Glossier Boy Brow does such a good job of helping to fill in the little gaps that I have here and there and keeping my brows in place at least somewhat until I start sweating later. If I was doing a more glam look or just a more in-depth, intensive makeup look, I would probably fill in some of my little patchy spots with a brow pencil first. But today, you know what? I'm gonna end up wearing a baseball cap once we get outside anyway, so just a little brow gel will do for today. Now I'm going to be using this Rare Beauty tinted lip oil. By the way, I'm going to list all the shade names of everything down in the description box for you. I have, I guess, an unpopular opinion about this lip oil. I don't really love it. I do love this rediscovered in my collection Haus Labs Velvet Bronzer. I've been using it pretty much any day that I wear bronzer. I've been using this one, and I just do the little tiniest, lightest amount. It can be built up for some more pigmentation, more warmth, more of a sculpted type of look, but I'm just doing a little teeny tiny bit. Like I said, I'm keeping the makeup pretty light. Now, just ignore the fact that I said that when I use both a cream and a powder blush in this look. But I am a blush gal. I'm a blush lover. I'm a blush hoarder. And I often wear more than one blush at a time. This Tarte MANEATER Blush and Glow liquid blush thingy does great on its own, but I also love the way it looks layered with a little baked blush. So after I apply some of my ColourPop Super Shock highlighter, this is the shade Lunch Money, and I'm using a small fluff brush. I know some people struggle to apply this with a brush, but I like to apply it with a small fluff brush and then sort of blend out, smudge out the edges with my finger if I need to, but this brush does really, really well for me for Super Shock cheek products and the highlighters in particular. Once I applied my highlighter, I was like, you know what I need? I need some more blush. So I grabbed this Heaven's Glow blush from M Cosmetics. This is the shade Magic Hour, and it has such a soft little shifty glow to it that it's just the perfect complement to this Tarte liquid blush, and it just gives such a soft, like blended blush look without being overly dramatic, which don't get me wrong, I love an overly dramatic blush look too, but for today it just gave that soft little fresh glow that I'm looking for in this springtime look. Now it's time for eyeshadow, always one of my favorite parts of my makeup look. So I primed my eyes using the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and I'm gonna do one of my favorite really neutrally grounded green looks. This is a go-to day-to-day look for me using the Flora Story palette. So this shade Shroom is basically my perfect neutral transition color. That's why it's in the palette. This is the ultimate neutral crease shade for me. So I just built that up in the crease area, blending up towards my brow bone. And then I also put just a little tiny bit of that along my lower lash line as well. I know I did a terrible job of staying in frame here. Sorry about that. But I just wanted to add a little bit of shade to that lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Sage. This is a super neutral green, and I'm going to use that to add a little bit of depth to the outer corner. Like I said, I'm trying not to have too much of a bold and dramatic look. I want something a little softer and more toned down for my look today. So I'm just adding a little bit of that on the outer part. I'm not being too concerned with placement and perfect blending and all of that stuff because I am going to layer a bunch of shades, both shimmers, and I'm going to go back and blend and tweak my mattes as well. So when I first start laying down these colors, I'm more just getting the idea of where I want them. And as you can see here, I'm going back and blending a little bit with my original blending brush that I had SHROOM on. And I'm using that to soften the edges of Sage and just blend that into my previous little crease shade there. Next, I'm taking, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but it's one of my favorite shades in my palette. It's this color Misty. It's so special and it's so easy to wear really soft and sheer like this, or you can build it up and make it super intense and metallic. But it's just such an easy way to wear a colorful eyeshadow that feels similar to me to wearing a neutral eye look. This soft, cool, neutral green is just so complementary to whatever clothes I'm gonna wear. I really love this shade. It works so perfectly with Sage. You can see as it layers over and under this deeper neutral green, they really just play perfectly together. Part of the reason I wanted to create these colors, and the next shade you're going to see me do, Best Buds, which I put on the inner corner of my upper lid and a little bit on my lower lid, I wanted neutral greens. So many greens feel too yellow or too teal, and these are just the softest, easiest greens for me to wear anyway. I have a neutral undertone on my skin, so these greens are my new neutrals right now. And this is such an easy breezy, basic little foreshadow look that feels really quick to complete, and it also feels fun and effortless at the same time. So quick and easy eye look. I just curled my lashes, added some Essence Another Volume mascara. I'm really hooked on this mascara right now. And I already felt like I needed to touch up my lip. I know it's like supposed to be a stain, it's supposed to be a lip oil. It just doesn't really do either one of those functions for me. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point is, this is my finished look. You saw a edited version of this, but in real life, this took me less than 15 minutes to do. I feel like it's simple, fresh, pretty. It looked great all day long. I felt fresh and springy and comfy all day long, and that's exactly what I wanted for a day out with the family. I hope that you are having an awesome day. I really appreciate you hanging out for a quick little get ready with me, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely had fun sharing my daily neutral but it's green little eye look with you, and I will see you in the next one real soon. Love your face. Bye.